All right, we're live. I got something a little special here. It's been a while since I've done any sort of like booze review on this channel. It's usually just focus on the East Coast beers on the High Tide Imbibe thing. But every once in a while, I get into a spirit that I can talk about. So that's what we're doing tonight. Very late night, by the way. Had other stuff going on, so I finally got around to doing this. And here we have it. This is from the Wayward Distillery, and this is from Comox, British Columbia, and on Vancouver Island. This is their Drunken Hive rum. So there you go. It sits at 42.5% alcohol by volume. This is batch 2,501, bottle 73. So they do the like the premium, like independent kind of idea of like, yeah, we're gonna like label, every bottle and then like write down what bottle it is and what batch it's from and all that stuff. The kind of stuff you come to expect from like a more like high class distillery. So Wayward Distillery rum. They do other stuff. We're going to get into it here. I need to take my glasses off to actually read this. Traditionally, rum is made from sugarcane byproduct, usually molasses. Never one for tradition, the Drunken Hive rum is crafted from molasses made from caramelized British Columbian honey. After meticulous fermentation and careful distillation of our custom stills, we age every batch of Drunken Hive rum in premium bourbon casks, imparting the smooth and sophisticated characteristics of premium bourbon into our rich and flavorful rum. The results of that pairing is absolutely amazing. We don't need tasting notes. We'll find those for ourselves. They say we enjoy it neat or on the rocks or in spirit-forward cocktails. So they're recommending here, don't make a fucking rum and coke unless you like a really boozy rum and coke. Don't do that. If put this in like a cocktail where the additions are just accents to the actual booze. That's the kind of idea there. This is more of a premium rum. It's not your Captain Morgan. It's not your Appletons or whatever the fuck. This is like a really premium like craft rum. So don't fuck around. And Wayward Distillery pledges to donate 1% of spirit sales to the protection and promotion of bees and pollinators, which is a really good thing because people may not realize that if bees died out, we would be fucked. So much of the economies of the world depend on the existence of bees. It's not even fucking funny. It's sad, the idea that if bees died, we'd be fucked. We would totally be fucked. We need pollinators for healthy and robust agriculture, forests, and ecosystems. Yes. No bees, no food. Yes. Drink Wayward, save bees. So that's a good thing. So we're going to go to the website for a quick thing here. And I'm just going to mention, so this was given to me by my friend Nick that I work with. He is a military guy, and he had to go from the local military base to Comox for a couple weeks. And so whenever he goes abroad, every once in a while, he's called abroad to do some stuff in other bases and whatnot. He likes to like, hey, I know you like booze. I know you like beer. I know you're an enjoyer of the alcohol. So I'm going to bring some stuff back for you. And it's always appreciated, never asked for or anything like that. He's just a nice guy, and he'll bring me back something when he can. So he brought this. Here's the thing. He knew the guy, one of the people who works in this distillery. So, and I have the name pulled up here. Kurt Carbonell is one of the people who works at the distillery. And so he was an East Coast guy who went to the West Coast to kind of achieve his dream. Like he was military, I guess, and then went over to join this distillery. He may be a co-owner. Nick wasn't quite sure on that, but he went over there to do his thing. He left the military, went over there to do his thing, and more power to him. That's great. But yeah, Nick knows him, so that's how he got the hookup for this, to get this bottle and bring it back to me. It's a great thing. I'm very humbled and flattered that he thought of me to bring this over and let me try it out. So it's very, very cool. We're going to go to the Wayward Distillery website very briefly and just check things out here. So I'm going to share my screen. Sure. There we go. So they're big on the bee stuff. Like, I don't think all their spirits have honey in them, but a good number of them do. So, they got the bee thing going on here. Situated in the fertile Comox Valley on Vancouver Island, Wayward Distillery has led the charge in honey-based spirits since 2014. Each of our spirits are crafted on a base of they're all crafted on honey. Okay, that's interesting. Supporting local agriculture and getting a little unruly while doing it. Honey is a delightful, sustainable resource. We're all proud to support BC agriculture at Wayward. Each one of our spirits is precisely designed to be sippable on their own, which I like, and enjoyed in the tastiest of cocktails. Basically what they're saying is no rum and cokes, no bullshit cocktails. Make a nice, mature cocktail with their spirits. Because you want to taste their spirit along with the things you're adding to it. We like how delicious our honey-centric spirits are, and we feel good about aligning our business with people who are also deliberate in their consumption choices, contributing to a healthy and diverse ecosystem. Welcome to our Wayward life. We invite you to join in our pursuit of be unruly. Okay, I like this. So let's go to their shop here real quick to see the other products. So here we go. Unruly whiskey, which they say is suburban. Basically what they're doing is they're making Canadian bourbon whiskey, but you can't legally call it bourbon, of course, because it's not made in Kentucky or whatever the fuck. So yeah, they're basically just making bourbon, but the Canadian equivalent, and they can't call it bourbon. But there you go. And as you can see, their prices are pretty fairly high. They're pricing their stuff is pretty well made, independent bottled stuff. So unruly whiskey, Drunken Hive, which we have here. They say $46.97 here. That I think that's for the size I have here, which is a 375. Their 750 is almost $90. Krupnik spiced honey liqueur, which sounds good, $29.58. So they actually have cheaper things here as well, which is cool. Alternatives, things you can work with. BC Craft Gin, so a honey-based gin. That sounds really interesting. Raspberry gin liqueur. Okay, that also sounds really good. Depth Charge espresso and cacao bean vodka infusion. Nice. How do they infuse the honey in that? What's going on there? So they just finish with a drop of honey to tie it all together. Okay, interesting. So there's a little bit of honey in all these things. How did they do with the gin? What do they say with the gin? Bee Champion Craft Gin is inspired by the coastal gardens of Vancouver Island. It's a toast to the hardworking pollinators and carefree essence of island life. I don't need any of this stuff. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to get into it. They have a vodka. They have just a pure gin fermented from honey, which is very unique. And a vodka fermented from honey, which is also unique. What do they say about the vodka here? That makes me really intrigued. Unruly Vodka starts life as 100% pure BC honey. Ferment our honey to mead and distill that mead into vodka. Wow. Okay. So this is a vodka with flavor to it. Hint of vanilla on the palate. Yeah. All right. All right, man. I'm intrigued. So, like we said, this is a rum, and this is meant to be drunk straight without. I mean, you can do it with ice. You can do it with like a cocktail that where the other added things are a bit more in the background. This is meant to have like the flavor of this rum up front. So we'll see if that holds still. And remember, this is aged in bourbon barrels, so they're going for like a combination of bourbon flavors with the honey in this as well. So we'll see what we think of this. Cheers! And again, thank you to Nick for hooking me up with this. I didn't even expect it. I didn't know it was going to happen. He just came over to my house the other day and it's like, "Hey, I got this for you." I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, cool." So yeah. So there you go. Amber in color. So an amber rum, basically. So let's go right to the aroma. So yeah, prevalent in the aroma here. That caramelized molasses, like that caramelized sugar molasses kind of thing that you'll get from all rums is very much in here, but there's this overlapping like waft of honey. And the smell, and the cool thing here is it's real honey they're using. It's not like some artificial like honey flavoring or bullshit like that. So very natural, very nice honey aroma like coming up through it. There's a little bit of like in the background, a little bit of like woodiness from like the bourbon barrels, I suspect. And honestly, this smells really pleasant, really nice. A little bit of alcohol like pushing up as well. You can definitely get like a little bit of that knocking on the nose. It smells very good. Is it the most complex rum I've ever, smelled? No, but it's up there. It's nice. It's got a few really simple, nice notes that work together really well. And I mean, honestly, that's all I'm asking for from a spirit. Like if the spirit is super complex that takes you on this like crazy journey of like aromas and tastes, great. Doesn't have to be. This has to be like a really good solid, like here's our idea of what this should be. We got a couple notes. We're going to make it, and those notes are going to come out, and it's going to work well together in a combo. And so far, they're doing it with the aroma. So let's go to the taste. Cheers. Oh, wow. It's good. And here's the thing. They're saying, we intend you mainly to basically sip on this. That's what you can do with this rum. I mean, and to be fair, like you can take like a Captain Morgan or Appleton Estates or whatever the fuck it's called. You can take those rums and you can sip them. They're fairly non-offensive. You can take those. You can take like a Kraken or something like that. Those sort of like baseline things that people usually use to mix more than anything else. You can take those and just sip them. But you're not going to get what you get out of like a more refined experience here. Like those are just basic bitch rums. This is a little bit more complex than that. Immediately I'm getting like the alcohol coming up, but it's not intrusive. It's just like it's a little slight punch in the face, like, okay, this booze. But then you get those typical like caramelized sugar kind of like notes from it. But then it just washes out into like a really nice honey. It's nice. It lingers in the finish. You just have this like really lingering kind of boozy honey kind of taste. Also on the edges of it, a little bit of the barrel. So there's a little bit of wood on that. A little bit of vanilla. So like if honey, vanilla combined together, it kind of comes off as like a kind of I'd say maybe like kind of a little bit of like a creme brulee kind of idea. There's a little bit of that in there. Trying to think of notes to give on this other than honey and vanilla. So let me drink on here a little bit more. And like the alcohol, fairly well masked, honestly. Like the alcohol's there, it's present, but this is the mark of like a really well made spirit. The alcohol is there, but it's not aggressive. It's not just burning or anything like that. Like you're not going to get that from this. Like honestly, I feel like you might get more burn from like a Captain Morgan if you just drink it straight. Honestly, this is really good. This is really well made. Yeah, the honey kind of like combines with that like sort of bourbon cask quality in it. A little bit of vanilla there, a little bit of wood, and it's unique. Like I can't think of any other rum, like spiced rums and stuff like that quite taste this way. It definitely, like the honey definitely puts like a unique stamp on it, but it's still noticeably rum. And I think that's the coolest thing about this. Like it's still noticeably a rum, but it's just like honey rum. Who the fuck would have thought of that? But these guys here at Wayward did it, and it's really good. It's really, really good. So I generally do letter grades for booze, A to F, etc. I'm going to give this a solid A. Is it the best rum I've ever had? No, I'm not going to sit here and like bullshit and just because a friend gave it to me. I'm not going to say it's the best rum I've ever had. It's not. It's not quite as like deep and complex as like some of those Caribbean rums and stuff you can get. And I've had a few of those where it's just like, it's a whole different like dimension of like flavor profile. But as like a premium, well-made, small distillery rum that is just like there's a lot of thought behind like what they're doing here with this product. Very focused on bringing that honey flavor up through it, but still making it a rum. It's a total success. It's got enough depth and complexity in it that it's really enjoyable to just like sip on, like I'm doing right now. I think it would work pretty well as a mixer, but like I said, their focus is if you're going to mix this with ingredients that are not going to overpower the actual rum. And I think that's right. I think that's a very smart idea. This is really good. This is really good. I'm going to give it a solid A. I think it's not quite an A plus, but I mean, it's a fucking A. It's a fucking A. It's a really tasty rum. It's really enjoyable. I only have a 375 milliliter bottle of it. Will I sit on it for a while and savor it? Just have a little taste every once in a while? Chances aren't looking good. I might go through this very quickly because it's very nice. Very, very nice. But there we go. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Wayward Distillery. Awesome stuff. The other stuff I saw on their website looks really good. Apparently, I think they ship across Canada. They might. If they do, I might actually like buy another bottle of one of their things here sometime in the future. If we still have a postal service in the next couple months, who knows? But whatever. That's Canada for you. All right, cheers. Thanks for watching, people. I know this one went a bit longer, but I had a lot of like preamble to get into with this and all that stuff. So you don't like it, go fuck yourself. If you did like it, thank you. Like the video, comment, rate, subscribe, all that stuff. What I honestly just dislike it. That also puts me in the algorithm or whatever. As far as like booze review algorithms go on YouTube these days, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. Cheers, guys. Have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.